Do you want to generate unlimited energy for free? Well, to do it, you're going to have to get demonic. No, not that kind of demonic, like Maxwell's demon. Let me explain. The second law of thermodynamics states that in a given system, the total entropy, or randomness, always wants to increase. So if you have a cup of coffee at the exact perfect temperature, you won't for very long. That heat is going to dissipate out into the coldness of the universe. If you want to warm your cup of coffee again, you'll have to add energy back into the system, and this takes work. So let's say we have a chamber and it's filled with two kinds of gas particles, hot gas and cold gas. This is actually pretty useful. We can use this temperature gradient to power a machine. But if we just leave this system alone for a while, the particles won't stay on their respective sides. They'll bounce around and mix together, and that's not very useful to us. The entropy, or disorder, has increased. We could use some kind of a machine like a pump to sort them back again, but then that needs a battery and it also lets off heat, and it's just super inconvenient. But what if we got some help? In 1867, physicist James Clerk Maxwell proposed a hypothetical being named Maxwell's demon, who has exactly one job: sort the particles by temperature between two bisected halves. It does this with a tiny door, and selectively opens and closes the door when one particle is drifting to the correct side. Now, the demon here is not moving the particles, they're doing what they're naturally going to do: bounce around and move at random. But with the restriction of the door, Maxwell's demon can use this property to organize the particles, seemingly without doing any work. Okay, obviously something isn't right here. We're back where we started. Everything is in order. The entropy of the system has been reduced, but no energy was acting on the particles. With the help of this microscopic demon, we've restored order to the system for nothing. It took 100 years for scientists to come off the high of Maxwell's demon. The promise of reducing entropy for no work consumed physicists and led to a rogues gallery of failed perpetual generators. The truth is that entropy was increasing in the brain of the demon. To sort the particles, it needed to constantly measure the speed of each particle and make the appropriate decision. The true work was being done with the physics of information. And with that understanding, Maxwell's demon was defeated. We will always need to fight the natural flow of entropy. Everyone always calls this a bummer ending to a dead-end chapter in science, but I find it kind of uplifting. It reminds us to never discount our brains. The intake and retention of information is hard work, but when we commit to it, we can battle the chaos of the universe.